face smiles. All right. Man, that's going a little hard for the morning. I feel like I'm about to climb a massive Zeus, you know, Olympus-style hill. Alright, what is up? What is up? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the Taqueria Pain Cave. So we got a big ol' update for Woosh right before I left on vacation. So I got a big ol' update. It's actually connected to my real cadence sensor now. Yay! Oh, except it doesn't show anything. Ah, oh, dagnabbit. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Is it not really showing my cadence at all? Yeah, it's not showing my cadence. Oh. Alright, I gotta change that. That's not good. Oh, shoot. I don't have my chat window visible. Nah. So if y'all are wondering what the heck this music is, this is music from Octopath Traveler 2. You usually, if I get it set up right, you can see what I'm listening to just by looking at the cropped out Spotify bar just above us. I have been absolutely falling in love with Octopath 2. It is a gorgeous game. Because I've been a long time fan of, very more traditional style of JRPGs. Like SNES Final Fantasy. Chrono Trigger is one of my all-time favorite games. But sincerely, Octopath 2 is really getting up there, because they legitimately took Hey Zangra, what up, dude? Hey, sincerely, thank you for the follow. I saw that you followed the channel earlier. But yeah, so let me explain what this is. So this is a program called Woosh. My Woosh, and it was developed by a bunch of guys and mainly marketed to people in the United Arab Emirates. So one of the huge sponsors of this is the UAE cycling team. You see their kit all over the place. So this is a big competitor to Zwift, and one of the big selling point. Yeah, I was playing Monster Hunter last night. Yeah. No, Monster Hunter's a good time. We're doing the grind to MR99. So I play that 3 nights of the week. The other 3 nights I play Helldivers. But yeah, so overall what this is a training platform. So kind of think of life cycles at the gym. So I'm on my actual bike. So this is a Cannondale CAD 12, and I train for triathlons. So basically what happens is I have a trainer, which you see is this little machine that my bike is hooked into. I pedal the pedals, and there's sensors within the trainer that transmit information. The two main pieces of information is power, which is basically how hard I'm pushing down on the pedals, and cadence, how fast my legs are spinning. So what it does is it sends the information into the computer, and it does some calculations, and it powers a little dude in the center of the screen. So reasons why I like doing this is, number one, at 5 in the morning, roads are scary. I don't like riding my bike outside when it's dark. So I like riding in my garage. Number two, I'm a classically trained swimmer. So I was a high school All-American, and I swam in college, distance and stuff, and now I do triathlons. So my big thing is that I just need to train, and I need some structure to my training. So that is why I do this. And I'm looking at my chat window, man. My chat window on Zwift is completely screwed up. I'm going to take a quick second. I'm going to fix that. Give me 1 second. yeah, that's a formatting issue. I'm gonna have to deal with that another day, because that's gonna take a while. That's not a simple drag and resize issue. I'm still working on this whole ninja chat thing. So essentially what today's workout is, this is called a Zone 2 endurance ride. So in the world of endurance athletics, there's a couple different types, major different types of workouts. So this is a very standard low intensity workout. This is intended to build what's called base miles. Basically, I'm gonna be moving the pedals, biking virtual miles, and we're gonna be banking it in the legs. This is low stress, so my heart rate probably shouldn't go above about 120 over the course of this workout. So we're gonna be trying to target the area of my cardiovascular, where we're gonna be targeting the fat burning area. Which, number one, I gotta lose 10 pounds. I just have to. I need to stop being above 200. I need to be solidly at 195. So we're gonna be on a quest to burn 10 pounds over the next about 3 to 4 weeks. It's very, very, very possible. I just have to avoid large meals and keep my workouts under control. Because I just got back from a cruise 2 days ago. And yeah, I gained 5 pounds on the cruise. I thought I gained like 10 pounds. But then I woke up in the morning, reweighed myself, and I'm like, okay. That's 4 less pounds than I thought I was yesterday. I'm okay with this. As I showed myself as 210, and I'm like, oh no, 210. Oh, that's terrible. And then I was just like, oh, okay. 206. I can handle 206, not 210. So yeah, I'm hoping to be a solid 195 before my race. So one thing that's also really cool about Octopath Traveler is that almost all of their overworld themes, they have a day version and a night version. And the night versions are just gorgeous. They are so nice. This is one of the night versions. Oh yeah, if you can tell, this is marketed to people in the Middle East. They have a big sign for Ramadan, and you got women in hijabs. Hijab? I think it's called a hijab. The burqas and the hijabs. So I was pretty happy with myself. Just before I left on my trip, I was able to get yeah. Bravely Default, also solid. I really enjoyed all 3 Bravely Defaults. I have the 2 on 3DS, and I was gifted Bravely Default 2 by a Twitch viewer. It was very kind of her, but I think I sorely offended her. As I played through like 5 streams of it, I was like, I can't stream this. This is way too grind heavy. That's the one thing of Bravely Default. It is grind heavy. But it was a fun game though. It was fun. I really, really enjoyed what they did, especially on the first one. Like, I know what pissed off a lot of people with the whole mechanic where you had to keep restarting the game. I thought that was gorgeous. I thought that was great. Because my whole view of it is not what you have to do, it's why you have to do it. And what are the reasonings for it. And the way they did it in the first Bravely Default, it was fantastic. It completely caught me by surprise. Ah, yeah. Play a lot of MMOs, yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, I'm debating on when I'm gonna pop the pre-order for Dawn Trail for Final Fantasy XIV. That's kind of my MMO of choice. But my problem right now is I'm starting the grind on Monster Hunter, and we're also playing Helldivers. So it's kind of like, I don't want to pop this sub for 14 and only play it like once or twice a week. Like, if I'm playing 14, I'm playing 14. But then at the same time, I'm not paying for my Zwift subscription. So basically, Final Fantasy XIV is replacing Zwift. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we're about, what is this, halfway? We're over halfway through our first 10-minute grind. But, yeah. So I'm enjoying Helldivers. It's a wonky good time. I play with a couple friends of mine. I can't really do a game like that solo. I'm just no good. I'm just no good at those kinds of games. And trust me, if I just hopped on and started playing, one or two of my other buddies would immediately hop on and be like, dude, let's play. Okay. Oh man. But yeah, I was kind of a little frustrated. I was about to get a swim lesson in yesterday. But then our poor pool keeps breaking down. So I swim at a local high school, and I do swim lessons there. Yeah. You talk about Helldivers, yeah? Yeah, because I was out, like I said, I was out all last week, so I know that there's been some updates and upgrades and stuff like that that I wasn't too hep on. I was floating on a boat, a big boat. What's really funny was I went running. I did 3 mornings of running while I was on the boat, and one of them, so it was a 5-mile run. So I basically ran around the boat 14 times. So I was running, and I got my headphones on, got my Garmin watch all connected up, and then, so I'm running, and then all of a sudden I hear, bleep, lap 1. Wait, what? Mile 1, 4 minutes. Oh no! The GPS was tracking the boat movement. So I was running fast. And then I checked my Strava after that, and then it goes, looks like your GPS was a little off. Oh, you think? Oh, that's funny. Whoops. So they completely nerfed the gun, but didn't fix the bug. No pun intended. Whoops. That's a big old oopsies. But then again, you know, I can't blame them too much, because I don't know anything about programming. But I know enough to where it's like, okay, Certain things pretty easy to fix. Certain things not very easy to fix. Excuse me. So I kind of give game developers a little bit of grace on stuff like that. I mean, just from a personal standpoint, I understand more hardcore players would be a lot more annoyed at stuff like that. But for me personally, it's just kind of like, well, I mean, first off, I don't even have the railgun yet. I'm still only like level 4. No, I think I'm level 5. I'm only level 5 in the game. I really haven't been playing it that much. But yeah. Oh boy. Alright, we're just clicking off miles here. Let's see here. 17 minutes, 14, so it's about 27. Yeah, we'll be good. I'll be fine. I'll be fine on my timing. Yeah, 100% today's ride is just getting back into the swing of things. Yeah. No, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. Morning. Have a good day at work. Alright. Yep, definitely coming down in intensity. I definitely feel it. So one other cool thing about this is that just like the life cycles at the gym, this trainer and other trainers like it, it's able to apply and take off resistance onto the flywheel, which is essentially what I'm pushing. And so when you see, so that lower number where the lightning bolt is, that's called your power target. So right now we're doing a ramp down. We're starting at 160 watts, which a watt is a measure of power, kind of like your light bulb. But instead of measuring electricity, we're actually measuring work, measuring force. So in other words, it's how hard I'm pushing down the pedals. So they have power meters that are on the crank, which that's the part of the bike from the center hub out to the pedal. And then they have ones that are integrated into the pedals themselves. So I've gone the cheap route and I bought a trainer that's about as expensive as some power meters. It's half the cost of some power meters. Garmin. Garmin's power meter is literally $1,200. It's ridiculous. I've heard it's super good. It is super accurate, but my gosh. You can buy a one-sided Osimo for only $300. But basically, the program itself is controlling the resistance on my trainer. So if I didn't do that, what I would have to do is I have my shifters up here where my fingers are, and I would be constantly kind of shifting up and down and varying my cadence. I'd be varying my cadence, excuse me, in order to get the stuff up or down. Oh no, they do. Oh, they do. Oh, lots of people look for this stuff. Trust me, there are lots of crazy, very rich cyclists, or they're all single. No, trust me, the cycling rabbit hole. Oh, good lord! You think PC building is a rabbit hole? The cycling rabbit hole will take you to where you're buying bikes as expensive as small cars. Like, basically, my dream bike, I put together my dream bike with all the extra fixings on it. It's gonna cost me around $16,000. Yeah. Basically, the next bike that I'm looking for, like this bike, when all is said and done, if you include bike fit, and extra parts, it probably costs me around $2,500 when all is said and done. But I've had this thing since 2019, so I've had this bike for a few years now. But my next bike I'm looking at is going to cost me about $5,000. If I can get the sale I want with the upgrades I want, I can get it for about $5,000. So it's a bit of an investment. But the thing is, though, if you want to get into triathlon, oh, that's pretty sweet. I mean, sincerely though, if you maintain a bike, like there's like like this bike will honestly do everything I want it to do. To be really realistically honest, it will do everything I want it to do. So basically, when this bike it just really gets run down, like the main thing I would look at is the frame. If my frame is really if my frame really gets nicked or wrecked or stuff like that, then I would have to really look at getting a new bike. But until then, a lot of the stuff I can change it out for relatively cheap. Like a new chain's pretty cheap, new cassette's pretty cheap. These wheels are basically bomb-proof. I mean, they're just training wheels. They call them training wheels. Well, yeah, I mean, nothing can stop the gears from wearing down, but lots of stuff is actually easily replaceable. And you can change out the cassettes, you can change out your gear cables. I mean, you can change all that stuff out without actually buying a new bike. So I've already replaced all my cables. I've replaced my cables, replaced my chain, replaced my rear cassette. But yeah, so you can swap stuff out. I'm just looking out for your pocketbook, as the blokes from Britain say. I'm from California, by the way. Opposite side of the country. But yeah. So swimming's the fun one, because people can spend a whole lot of money on coaches, and unless the coaches understand how to actually teach a person how to swim, they're just going to be wasting a lot of time. Well, what's funny was I got a message. So I do swim technique reviews as a side hustle. So basically, people send me video footage of them swimming. Oh. Okay. All right, fair point. Fair point. Yeah, because I can get a cassette from my bike. I can get a cassette from my bike for about, I think it's about $60, $70. I think it costs somewhere between $60 to $80 for a new cassette for my bike. I buy the low grade ones. I mean, if you're buying high grade, you're spending over $120, $130. But, alright, there we go. Hitting the plateau of 167 for 5 minutes. But yeah, so I had someone message me, and she basically said that so in swimming, we have what are called masters groups. So basically, these are old man competition swimming groups. You know, just clubs for older dudes that all want to swim, and maybe want to do some competitions, mostly for a decent workout. So she said she was at her master's club, and the coach told her that they were doing set rounds of 3 100s, descending, slow, medium, fast. And she said that her coach told her she went pretty slow on those ones, and that she got offended. I'm just like, okay, Buttercup, yeah, you need to buck up a little bit. If I got pissed off every time my coach told me I was going slow, oh man, oh boy, some people just don't get it. It's really funny. I had a brutal swim coach growing up. He would pit me up against this one girl that was national level, you know, and I was decent, pretty good on the local level, but I was basically not. She was roughly as fast as I was at that point. But he would pit her up against me in sprints at the end of practice. It sucked. Oh, scuba. Scuba's fun. Scuba's fun, but I can't do it. My head can't adjust. Like, I tried it as a teenager. I had a massive headache for the rest of the day. My sister and her husband, they do scubaing a lot. They do scuba. Mucho. I love the concept of scuba diving, though. I love it. I'm a huge water guy. I don't know if you can tell, but I love the concept of scuba. Just when the rubber meets the road, I can't really do it. Because we went down about 30 feet for about 30 minutes. My head hurts so bad. Maybe if I did try it as an adult, it would go easier. But it's kind of one of those things I'm just like, no, not gonna get into that. Ah, dang. Yeah, that's rough. That's kind of roughly the point where I was at. But hey, you know what? You were able to do the course, and you were able to try something completely different that literally millions of people never get to try. That's what it's all about, man. It's like on our cruise ship, we had one of those flow riders. We had 2 flow riders on the ship, and my dad actually helped design the original flow rider. So it was a standing wave down in Escondido, California, called the Big Kahuna. And basically what happened was he helped design the pump systems. He knew the guy that came up with the idea, and he consulted my dad on the pump systems and how to get the flow right for those things. So I've known about them and seen them for decades, since the late 80s. But I've never ridden one. So I finally got to ride one I finally got to do it stand up on the cruise, because I've done boogie boarding once or twice on it, but I've never done stand up. So yeah, that was a thing. Totally ate crap most of the time, but I'm just laughing. I'm just like, this is fun. Like, it's a good challenge. I like the challenge. I like the boarding, and it was a good time. So for me, it's like, yeah, most of my rides ended up in absolute utter failure. But like, in contrast to my nephew, I have a nephew that kind of has self-esteem problems, to put it lightly. He'll try things, but if it doesn't work exactly the way he thinks it will in his head, he immediately gets frustrated. All right, that's it for the 5 minutes of the plateau. We got a 7-minute descent right here. Excuse me. But yeah, I also love boarding. I snowboard, wakeboard, wake surf, surf. I have a longboard sitting right next to me. My long skateboard. I don't get to ride that thing as much as I want to. But that's kind of one of those things. I found a super good deal on it. All right, sounds good, Zangra. But it was one of those pickups. It was over $100 off. Basically wound up being 50% off when I bought it. I'm just like, yeah, I want a longboard. I want it. Pretty excited though. I actually get to go to Disneyland next week. So my wife decided for our kiddos this year, instead of doing the whole birthday party thing, her and I bought passes for Disneyland, and she is going to take the girls, she's going to take the kids for their birthday. She's going to buy them a day pass, and they'll go to Disneyland for their birthday. Which, to be brutally honest, a day ticket, if you buy it on the cheap days, it's about as much as we would be spending on a birthday party. So my wife's like, I'd rather just have one-on-one time with them at Disneyland rather than have to go through all the stress and the craziness of actually throwing a party. Excuse me. I'm like, I can't blame you on that. So, but what was funny though was right before we pulled the trigger on those, she turns to me and she goes, honey, I'm gonna get you a pass too. I was like, what? She's like, well, we can do date nights. I was like, okay, those are expensive date nights. She's like, don't worry, I'll plan enough. Okay. I'm like, hey, my wife is actually planning date nights. Yay! This soundtrack is so good. Hooray! Rank up! What's pretty funny about Woosh is that it set up a kind of an awards, a trophy system of sorts, trophy/achievement system, and it totally didn't account for all the miles that you've done so far. I'm just like, oh, I already put in a decent amount of miles on this thing. Not an insane amount like some people, but it was a decent amount. No, but what's really funny about this platform specifically, Woosh, compared to Zwift, is like, you read all the comparisons between Woosh and Zwift, they both basically 100% do the same thing. Like, it is legitimately the same thing. The main difference is, Woosh actually runs on the Unreal Engine, and Zwift doesn't. Zwift doesn't go on the, I think they use their own engine for Zwift. I don't know what they use. The only reason I know this is on Unreal is because the program crashed and it said Unreal Engine. This runs on Unreal? Wow. But, hold on. But basically all the comparison articles that I read, like legitimately it all comes down to the social crap. If you actually like riding with other people and chatting with others while you ride. Welcome back, Zenga. Zangra. Gotta get that second R in there. Or that one R. I speak English. But basically, the main difference between this and Zwift is the big boy. Oh yeah, 9 a.m. on the East Coast. Yep. Yeah, basically I start riding somewhere between 5:15 and 5:30 in the morning, and then I end somewhere around 6:30. And this is the reason why I do short races. I only have about an hour to train in the mornings. About once a year, I'll get up at like 4:15 and I'll straight up run a half marathon in the morning. I do it somewhere around mid to end of November. It's kind of my yearly, okay, I'm gonna push myself to run a half marathon this morning. Last year I did it in the rain. I did not pick a very good day at all to do it. My gosh, it was pouring the entire time. It sucked. It was not a good time. But you know what? I pushed through. I persevered. Because it was like a light sprinkle when I started. I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. I got to like mile 5 and it just started pouring. I'm like, oh, now, well, this sucks. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So you're an early bird like me? Meh. Meh. By the way, I'm just drinking water this morning. When I do these Zone 2 workouts, I try to just go on water. Excuse me. I basically had a small cold the entire time I was on the cruise. Had a bunch of mostly chest congestion. Alright, so now we're warming down. Got about 6.5 minutes of warm down here. Pretty good. But it went about as well as I expected. Hanging out between 110 and 120, which is good. It's exactly the target heart rate I wanted. These rides are very much so. These are very much so supposed to be somewhat easy rides. Oh, yuck. That's pretty gnarly. That's pretty gnarly. My schedule is 8 to 4. That's my schedule. Every day, 8 to 4. I'm a civil engineer. I design swimming pools and fake rock work for a living. That's what I do. I do streaming for kicks and giggles. So typically I'm on either at this time, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, depending on if I'm running or if I'm on the bike. If I'm running, I'm not on. If I'm on the bike, I'm on. And then every night, somewhere around 9 to 10, I start. You see, the problem right now is I got softball season. So if I pull a late game, that means I'm gonna definitely be late getting on, or I will just cancel the stream. Best way to find out more is get on the Discord. So down below in the description, you're gonna find a link tree. And then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the link tree, there's a Discord icon. So check out the Discord. That is where I post most, if not all, of my information. I'm now on X because X has finally regained its senses somewhat. So I'm on X. So maybe I'll need to start setting up buttons to push my stream announcements onto X as well. I'm starting to now also multi-stream Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. But basically those are very low maintenance. Hey, I'm on. Come on over to Rumble. That's kind of what those are. Because I've had a Twitch account for a long time.
I've had a YouTube account since 2005. I've been making videos since 2005, mostly of the yo-yo skill toy variety. But then in 2016, I got into streaming just because I didn't have time to edit up stuff anymore. And I got turned on to the concept of the whole gaming live stream, and it really piqued my interest. So I've been streaming since 2016. Don't have a huge following, but we have a good time. This is dubbed the Frito Bandito Taqueria. Used to be the Frito Bandito Cantina. But then for legal reasons, I had to change it. In other words, I almost got fired from my job because of it. But, so this is the taqueria. We serve the best virtual tacos on the internet. We're very close to having Frito, Mr. Frito, full-fledged back in action. I think on Sunday I'm going to reprogram up my Frito Bandito bot for Twitch. So we'll get the Twitch one back up and running. We're super close on Rumbot. Super close on Rumbot. There's probably another couple updates down the road. We should be able to have much more integrations on the Rumbot. As man, on Twitch, I had Frito Bandito bot totally programmed. I had a lot of good stuff on it. Excuse me. All right, we are winding down. Woohoo! Ride 20 kilometers in a day. Yippee dippy doobers. Yeah, I've been having issues off and on as well. But I've only spent like 1 or 2 times. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, because last night on stream, I basically made the decision I'm going to be moving away from light bowgun. Going to be moving away from light bowgun. Going to be moving back to swag axe. I did swag axe a lot on my first playthrough of Monster Hunter. And then my first on console, I did swag axe. Oh no! Oh no! The Forbidden Wall cotton candy. Oh no! Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Okay, power distributions between about 150 the entire time. That's pretty good. All right, that is it. Yeah, I got my buddy Oren, Senor Pinguino. He mains Lance right now. Yeah, my buddy. So first time I played, when I was playing back on PS4, I played mostly Switch Axe. I started with Greatsword because that was the only thing I could actually do damage with. I couldn't really figure out. Here, hold up. Let me actually shift this back over just a little bit. There you go. I couldn't really figure out how to deal damage on monsters until I just started using Greatsword because I looked at damage numbers and I'm like, okay, this one hits hard. okay, let's use this one. So then I started using that, and then I switched over to Switch Axe on that playthrough, and I think I beat the whole, I know I made it at least to high rank, and then I bought it on PC because all my buddies were playing on PC, and then I mained Hammer on that playthrough. But I was basically going for a meme build, so I went with the Pookie Pookie hammer, which just looks like a gigantic feather duster. So I did it for the memes, and yeah, my damage was not that great, but I was having a good time with it. So that was what was important. So then I got Iceborne, but I was playing a bunch of other games at the same time. So what wound up happening was so then when I kind of restarted Monster Hunter again, and I know that I can't remember when I actually started that particular playthrough, but what happened was I figured out I can mod in Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So I decided I'm gonna do a full playthrough with Pyra as my character, and it's fantastic. She's like way taller. Her character model is way taller than anyone else, and it's just completely uncanny. She has the whole stylistics of the Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but it just doesn't really fit well in Monster Hunter. So it's kind of just this weird amalgamation that I got going on, but it's a good time. So right now, I've been mostly playing, Sword and Shield, low rank and high rank. And then when I got into master rank, I was really getting tired of flying guys. So I decided to switch to bowgun. So with bowgun, light bowgun, because I was like, okay, I want to actually move around and I want to shoot flying guys. I am super freaking tired of waiting for them to come to the ground. And I'm not that good to where I could just like magically make monsters fly to the ground very quickly. So I was using light bowgun for master rank, and then my buddy Operator, who's basically our walking, talking Monster Hunter encyclopedia, he basically said that Fatalist is not very good with bowguns. And he highly, highly suggested that I swap weapons because I'm going to have a really bad time. He basically said, if you take a bowgun into Fatalist, I'm not doing it with you. So, yeah. So that's basically where we're at. Right. Yeah. That's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed from what I've gathered from my research on it. Okay, so we're going to end that ride. And we're going to upload. And then that's it. Then that's how you push an update. And that sound means that it got pushed. Everything pushed correctly. 3/4 of the way through 9. Very nice. All right, and we're done. All right, so that's going to be it for me this morning. So we'll be back. Sorry about that. Frame rate drops when I log out of that program. So we'll be back later tonight. So just wanted to show you guys something real quick. Let's see here. Let's go here. So I wanted to show you how to get to the Discord. Hold on. There you go. All right. So, hold on. There you go. So here's the link tree. For those of you that don't know what Linktree is, this is basically a website where you can set up all of your, you can set everything up that you want. So here's all the stuff for streaming. I also stream on Facebook, but I don't really openly advertise that on here. Yes. Miss Pixel. Miss Pixel's muy nice. her streams are at really bad times for me personally. So I try and catch them whenever I can. Just because of the time difference and everything, it's when I'm at home with the kids, and yeah, I can't really watch it. So here's all my swim tech stuff. Here's all my affiliates. So I'm affiliated with a bunch of different websites. And then right here, there's the Discord. So that's my Discord button. So these are all just the quick links all down below. That Discord button right here, that'll get you right into the Discord. So just make sure that that if you want to keep up on everything Frito and Bandito, make sure to check out and come on into the Discord. We'd love to have you there. Lots of shenanigans abound daily. So yeah, that's about all I got for today. So Zangra, thank you very much for hanging out and chatting it up with me here in chat. And yeah, hopefully you will enjoy yourself here in the Frito Bandito Taqueria. So we'll be back much later tonight with more Monster Hunter. I'm going to be going and setting up my Switch Axe build and going to be relearning Switch Axe because it's been a while. And yeah, so that's it for me. So until later, my friends, good night, Isaiah Norris. Wherever you are, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.